Detective Digiduck by Lindsay and Stephanie Cartwright. School had nearly finished for the year, and Digiduck had one last project. His teacher, Mrs. Goose, had asked the class to find out about animals that live in the forest. Digiduck knew his parents had friends in the forest, but he'd never been. Forests were a mystery. He needed to rush, though. Crazy Cat and Footy Fox were on his family farmyard games team, and they were so close to winning. If he could do this quickly, they could still play before bedtime. He searched online for forest animals. There were so many websites to choose from, but one picture caught his attention straight away. Perfect, he said happily. Digiduck discovered that a deer's antlers are fastest growing body part of any animal in the world, and once they start growing, they don't stop. Doves travel for thousands of miles when they migrate and are happiest in cold weather. All dragons can fly and breathe fire. They live in the deepest, darkest forests. That's incredible, said Digiduck. He looked at the clock. Crazy Cat would still be online. Game time. Later that week, when Mrs. Goose returned his work, he was surprised. Oh no, he exclaimed. I wonder where went wrong. He arrived home feeling glum, but soon cheered up when he saw that Wise Owl was visiting. He was a good friend and had helped Digiduck before. I don't understand, said Digiduck, showing them his work. The website I chose had lots of information and fantastic pictures. I thought they were all facts. How can I tell the difference? Something is only a fact if you can prove or show that it's true, explained Wise Owl, like the fact that all birds have beaks. We can see that. We know that it's true. So, if I said all birds have 8 legs, that is not a fact. I know it's untrue because I am one, replied Digiduck. Precisely, said Wise Owl. Also, things you read or see online might just be ideas that people have. I could say on the internet that Brave Bat is the best superhero, but you might think that Daring Duck is better. We can't say who's right or wrong because they are our opinions or feelings that we have. To check if something is fact, you have to be a detective, Digiduck, and look for information or clues in other places too. Digiduck leaped up enthusiastically. Detective Digiduck, on the case. He quickly stopped in his tracks. Hang on, where else are we going to look for information? I am going to teach you 3 things that you can do to help decide if what you found on the internet is fact or not. We will use a different one for each forest animal, explained Wise Owl. We'll video call one of the animals, we will chat with your parents, and we will look on another website too. This is going to be amazing, yelled Digiduck. Please, can we call the dragon first, please? We will save the dragon for later, but we will call my friend Big Buck first. No one knows more about being a deer than a deer himself. The call connected to a magnificent stag appeared on the screen. His antlers was quite unexpected, though. Hi, waved Digiduck. The internet says that your antlers grow really fast and never stop. But now I am not so sure. Our antlers grow remarkably fast, said Big Buck proudly. That part is true. But we shed them in the spring and they grow again in the summer. Wait, they come off? Quacked Digiduck, turning a little pale. It's okay, chuckled Big Buck. They are meant to, and it doesn't hurt a bit. They returned to the project over dinner. Mummy Duck, can you tell us anything about doves? Asked Wise Owl. I know that doves are truly extraordinary flyers. It won't be long before our friends think about heading off again. Where to? Asked Digiduck. The internet said they like cold places. Not all doves are the same, but some fly an extraordinary long way to get to warmer places, and this migration lasts many months. Oh, the stories they tell, replied Mummy Duck wistfully. Right, detective. What have you learned so far? Asked Wise Owl. Digiduck studied his home book. To check the information you find you online, you need to talk about it with an adult. You might even know an expert who can help too. Very good, replied Wise Owl. That just leaves the dragon. Oh, I can't wait, said Digiduck, hopping excitedly. Before we start, it's useful to ask yourself some questions about what you've discovered online. There might be things that you already know that can help. A good detective thinks really carefully about the clues to decide what the facts are. What do you know about dragons so far? Asked Wise Owl. The website said they can fly and breathe fire, replied Digiduck. Have you or anyone you know ever seen a dragon? Wise Owl asked kindly. I've seen a dragonfly, but not a flying dragon. I don't think anyone I know had seen one of those. Have you seen any other photographs, videos, or news reports about dragons in your books or TV or anywhere online? I don't breathe fire. I watched a video about a Komodo dragons, but they're actually the biggest lizards in the world. There are breathing dragons in my bedtime stories, but lots of made up things happen there too. Digiduck sat quietly, considering the clues in his mind. After a while, he said with a little sigh, I think dragons might not be real. I'm afraid they aren't, comforted Wise Owl. The information you found about dragons was untrue. They only live in made-up stories. But what terrific stories they are. Wise Owl and Digiduck searched online for a different animal to complete his project. The family farmyard had lots of interesting forest facts, and Digiduck also checked a website that Mrs. Goose had shown them. On the last day of term, the children were bursting with excitement. As a school treat, Mrs. Goose had arranged a picnic lunch at the forest school. And that was the end of the story. Here you can see some questions and pose to read them and research. You can find more about how to keep safe onto the website. Would you believe your eyes if you came face to face with a dragon in the forest? Digiduck finds some amazing animal facts online, but is surprised to discover they may need checking. Searching the internet for information can be tricky, so Wise Owl swoops in with a plan to put everything right. So for more information about how to stay safe searching over the internet, you can go on www.childnet.com. As for me, goodbye.